This is going to be a little different, but I want to just talk about where I'm at with this rendering because, all right, so I had this error with the rendering. As you can see, it's now gone. And I just want to explain what that was because I literally couldn't find anything about it. I searched and I searched and I searched and I searched and like I could find basically zero information. Don't try to be creative. Just follow the directions and just do it because that was my problem. I was trying to get creative. I was trying to save this most microsecond of processing power to do something a little better. Just don't. Just eat the cost and do it the way you're supposed to, man. That's the rule. I literally was not binding vertex array 0 at the end because I was thinking in my head, I don't need to. And in some cases, maybe that's true because it gets bound before every draw anyway to the correct one. But when you're not using it or when you're done, you need to bind vertex array 0. Or else you're going to get that error that I was having last episode, and you're going to Google it, and nobody's going to know the answer. I guess I can continue on with my life now. All right, so that's enough about that for now. The error's gone. I'm ecstatic that it's a thing. Now, I did try to implement some new, kind of some optional upload methods, and they need refined. As you can see, I have this set to false. It's a little hack to just, try the new version or not. And it works in some cases, doesn't in others. So we're sticking with the old version for now, which is basically just interleaved data. I think to use this new one, I might need to separate the data so that it's not interleaved, and then it will be a lot better. But something about the stride size and the offset when trying this new version doesn't seem to take well. So as you can see, we're not using. See, the old version uses a trib pointer to tell you which ones tribs go to the shaders, into where is it? Into these. But the new one doesn't have a trib pointer. Instead of a trib pointer, we have format and bind buffer, and then enable, and then tell it which one to bind to. Well, enable's the same basically, but it just has separate calls. But two of them take the same offset of, and I don't know if I'm doing that wrong. All right, fast forward a little bit on the new things. Look, I've actually figured out this new renderer setup with using the stride. So this 4.3, one I was just talking about, that uses a trib format and bind vertex buffer. So you want 0 on this bind vertex buffer for interleaved. So this one here, it's called an offset. Like if we look at the definition right here, it says it wants an int pointer to the offset. All right, so I had the offset in there, but a trib format is the only one that needs it, and it's just this classic offset of for your struct. The lit vertex is clearly a struct. This code's all public in case you didn't know. Go check it out, give it a star, all that good stuff. All right, so yeah, you only need the relative offset in the trib format. Apparently, I was trying to figure this out for a long time, and it looks like we got it now. So that should be pretty good moving forward. Now I got to go fix it in my tangent version here too. With here it is. So you can see I have an offset here. Don't want that anymore. Don't want that anymore. And now my tangent version should work. So this is pretty exciting. When in doubt, just go off a working example and stick with it while it's working. Yeah, there it is, 4.3 working. We can set this one to true. We can set this one to true, and we can just try some cases. And if they don't work, we can always just flip this back. It's kind of the beauty of it here. We're just still deep in testing, but version 6 is going good. The next step for me after this renderer works, which it looks like it's doing fine now, the next step is to put in animations and skinning, and I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah, so it won't be long before you see this guy, or whatever model I put in here, doing little special dances or whatever. That's, man, this camera thing is really fast. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm very happy to be kind of moving on with this. I was almost going to just like entirely scrap OpenGL and just start using Vulkan, but that would have been like a bigger commitment than just figuring out a few basic things. And I still do want to use Vulkan, but I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, so I want to get the shadows down, and I want to get a lot of the effects down. And once I have those in OpenGL, then I'll start expanding to other renderers. This is, as I've said, ultimately a big learning experience for me and anyone else that's kind of following the journey a little bit, maybe for you too. So I think we're about ready to merge this renderer back into the original, kind of using just the unnamed V006 as the one that all these get merged into. And when this looks like it's ready to be released, we're going to move it to staging. Catch you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Keep coding. Peace out.